Hello and welcome to the next video series in comparing the Experience Center with the current administrative consoles. Today we're going to be covering ZDX or Zscaler Digital Experience. On the left here we will have the current ZDX console, and on the right we will have the Experience Center. And for a reminder, Zscaler Experience Center is your one-stop shop for all of your administrative needs. There is a prerequisite. In order to access Zscaler Experience Center, your organization must already be migrated over to Z Identity for admins. As you can see here, my account has already been migrated over to Z Identity for admins, and if you need assistance with that, please contact support, or we also have a number of help articles that can assist you with that migration. Once you are migrated over to Z Identity, you can access your Zscaler Digital Experience, the current console, through Z Identity. You can also access Experience Center by clicking on the banner up here, or you just type in console.zscaler.com and access Experience Center using your current Z Identity credentials. Now on the left here with the current ZDX console, you'll see a banner at the top here that says starting March 31st, 2026, no new features are going to be implemented in the current console, and that the current console will be retired on September 1st. So I'm going to clear that banner now that you know that information. And today I will be going through the various functions of Zscaler Digital Experience and how to access those through our new Experience Center. Starting with the dashboards here on the left, when you go into Experience Center, most of these dashboards, if not all, are going to be available under the Analytics tab. So under Analytics, if you go to the left here, you'll see a tab for Digital Experience, and you can see various different dashboards. And these are going to be brand new dashboards that are new and unique to Experience Center. If you would like to see the current console dashboards, you can check this box down here that says switch to existing reports. This will bring up the existing reports for the various Zscaler services that are offered today. Today we're covering digital experience management, so we expand that, and you will see dashboards here. If I expand that, you'll see performance dashboard, devices dashboard, incidents dashboards, and the like. And if I switch back to the current console under dashboard, you'll see those same consoles. So if I click on Wi-Fi dashboard here and switch over to Experience Center Wi-Fi dashboard here, you should see the same data. Now moving over here to Copilot. Copilot is the AI version that you can use in order to type questions in for digital experience. You can find Copilot in Experience Center. If we switch back to Experience Center, turn off switch existing reports. I'm going to turn this feature off. And you will see this Copilot here at the bottom, and you should be able to see that the two are alike. Going back to the current console under Analytics, we'll see various reports for Data Explorer, system generated reports, quarterly business reviews, and the like. So we're going to go back to Experience Center, and I'm going to expand this out so we can permanently see that here. Switch back to existing reports. Under Digital Experience Management, I'm going to expand this reporting section down here, and you should be able to see the same thing: system generated reports, quarterly business reviews, hosted monitoring, and the like. So system generated reports, I go over here to the current console under system generated reports, and you should be able to see the same data here. Moving on to applications, administrators will be able to see the various applications and what their current ZDX score is for those applications. On the right here, still under Analytics, go to Applications, and you should be able to see the same view. Next, under Users, on the current console, you'll also see under Analytics in Experience Center, there's a Users button here. We'll click on that. And again, you should be able to see the same view. Going to the current console under inventory, you'll see two sections here. There's a software inventory and there's a hardware inventory. So under software, you'll see software overview, software inventory, software patch inventory. In Experience Center, that can be found under inventory. I'm going to expand inventory and you can see the same options here for software inventory, software overview, software inventory, software patch overview, and the like. And instead of the hardware heading that we saw under the current ZDX console for hardware, where it says device overview and device inventory, that has been renamed to simply device in Experience Center. Device overview and device inventory here. Moving on to configuration. Under configuration in the current console, you can see end user monitoring, things like unified communications, predefined apps, and custom app collection. In Experience Center, this can be found under policies, digital experience monitoring, probes, under the configuration heading, probes. And you will see the same thing, unified communications, predefined applications, and custom applications. Within the current ZDX console, under administration, you'll see some various tasks here: administrator management, role management, audit logs, and user management. Now, a lot of this will be covered under Z-Identity because Z-Identity does provide for role-based access control. But under administration, you'll also be able to see admin management here as well for things like role-based access control. Digital experience. And then you'll be able to see the various roles specifically under the heading of digital experience, what users can or administrators can and cannot do. Next, under administration are location management and labels under resources. You'll be able to find locations within Experience Center going under infrastructure, locations, location management, and then locations here. And you'll be able to see that within the current ZDX console under location management, where you can see the two should be identical. The next section under administration, resources, are labels. That can be found in Experience Center under policies, digital experience monitoring, resources, then labels. Back to the current ZDX console, there are going to be various Zscaler portals here. So Zscaler Client Connector and Zscaler Workflow Automation. And you'll see this little icon here. It's a square with an arrow coming out of it. That means it's going to open that console in a new window. The good thing about Zscaler Experience Center is that everything is encompassing all in one. So for the first one, Zscaler Client Connector portal, instead of connecting to an external Client Connector portal in another window, instead of popping up into an external window, under Experience Center, this can be found under Infrastructure, Connectors, Client. So many of the Client Connector administrative tasks that were previously in the current mobile admin portal, those can be found here within Experience Center. No need to go into an external portal. And the same thing can be said about workflow automation as well. Workflow automation in Experience Center is under administration. Over here on the right, there's a tab for workflow automation. And again, all those consoles inside of Experience Center, no need to open any external windows. The next thing under administration are integrations. Integrations is going to be things like data collection, webhooks, and the like of how ZDX integrates with third-party products. That can be found under policies within Experience Center, policies, digital experience monitoring, settings, data collection integrations. And again, you'll see that the data collection here for the Microsoft vendor here is identical on both consoles. Next thing would be authentication for API key management. Many of the administrative tasks within ZDX can be automated using APIs. So if we click on that, API key management, we will see that is also available under the Zscaler Experience Center, under administration, API configuration, We have the ability for one API. If you'd like to learn more, I'll probably create a separate video about the one API integration, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to go under Legacy API because each Legacy API will have a different API key for each service. One API unifies that. But under Legacy API, we go to Digital Experience API. And that will show you the various API keys that we have for Zscaler Digital Experience. Under Settings, Administration and Settings in the current console, there's Inventory, Self-Service, and Remediation. These settings can be found in Experience Center under Policies, Digital Experience Monitoring, Self-Service, Inventory, and Remediation. Lastly, here under Administration, there are subscriptions, and we can view what the subscription level is, how many users are subscribed. Within Zscaler Experience Center, that can be found under Administration, Account Management, Subscriptions. After clicking on that, you can search for the various SKUs that are available, see the number of users that are licensed, the start date, and the end date, just like you can in the current ZDX console. So that covers it for administrative controls. I'm going to go down to Troubleshoot, and under Troubleshooting, there's going to be scripts that are available, scripts that can be run under Remediation. And going over to Zscaler Experience Center, those scripts can be found under Policies, Digital Experience Monitoring, Configuration, and then Scripts. Going back to the current console, under Troubleshoot and then Remediation Jobs. Within Experience Center, this can be found under Policies, Digital Experience Monitoring, Remote Execution. So we have renamed Remediation Jobs to Remote Executions. And you should see the same thing on both sides. There are 39 completed jobs, 0 in progress. Same over here in Experience Center, Remediation Jobs completed 39, even though it's called Remote Executions within the Zscaler Experience Center. The last thing we're going to cover are alerts. Alerts and alert monitoring. The place you will find this, going over to Experience Center, is under Administration, Alerts, Digital Experience Management. Click on Alerts. And you will see basically the same information with alerts, rules, and templates at the top, alerts, rules, and templates within the current console. So that covers the ZDX current console and how all of those map over to the new Zscaler Digital Experience Center. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And as always, have a nice day.